We're back on the record.
Mr. Plesky asked to identity of the owner, if you're going to be calling him. Dr. Well, there's no reason not to know that right now.
Sure, that's no reason. I first stated that Mr. Podolsky was provided.
Okay, we're on the record Monday, March 22nd, or 29th, 2004. The time is 1:17 p.m. We're located at the law offices of Michael Ratzalowski, 234 South Wabash, 7th floor, Chicago, Illinois, 60604 for a deposition in the matter of K. Marcioni versus Board of Education. Case number 2003-C0104 in the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division. The witness today is Mr. Frank J. Capitelli. Mr. Capitelli, my name is Mike Wischke. I'm a notary public, employee of Texas Court Reporters. Would you please raise your right hand for the oath? Solemnly affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
So, okay.
Attorneys, please state your practice.
James J. Seabury on behalf of the defendant, Chicago Board of Education.
Sunil Kumar on behalf of defendant Okab Hassan.
Michael Ratzalowski on behalf of K. Marcioni, who's here with me.
Okay, we can proceed.
Okay. Could you state your name for the record?
Frank Capitelli.
And for whom you
Frank.
currently employ?
University of Illinois Police Department.
And what do you do for them?
I'm a commander of field services.
How many people are under your jurisdiction?
Approximately 45.
How long have you been in police work?
Since August 1st, 1968.
Okay, do you have any academic preparation?
I have a Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice.
He's an artist.
Masters of Science in Criminal Justice, a PhD in Public Policy Analysis, and I'm a graduate of the FBI National Academy.
What jobs have you held since 1968?
Just a
Patrol officer, TAC officer, detective in auto theft,
Auto
property crimes,
property crime.
vice,
Vice. He's got
robbery,
Robbery.
homicide,
Homicide.
supervisor in
Supervisor.
homicide, assistant director of the Office of Municipal Investigations, which does financial crimes and corporate contract crimes.
That's a lot of stuff.
On a contract basis, did you ever work for the Chicago Board of Education?
I did
And for what period
What
of
did
time?
you?
and what
You did it.
capacity?
He did it. He admitted he did it.
approximately 1997, early 1998, as a consultant to contract compliance.
What is a consultant? Could you explain that to us?
Okay. Did you work with any investigators while you were working in that unit?
There was numerous investigators there, yes.
Okay. Briefly describe what your personal duties were and what interaction you had with the
What did your
investigators.
duty look like?
My primary responsibility was to set up organizational structure, investigative protocol, and to manage cases, and make those
What's a case?
recommendations as to my determination to John Murray, who was the director of contract compliance.
Okay. And
How old are you?
during and in that role, did you ever have an occasion to meet a John Conley?
I did.
Have you met any John?
And
If you know it.
who was John
Conning
Conley?
you.
John Conley was an investigator that was a full-time CPS employee that was assigned to
He worked for you full
contract
time.
compliance unit.
Conning you.
With regard, did you ever have occasion to do his work
His
or
full-time
follow up with
job.
any?
Yes, so part of my job description was to review his cases and make recommendations
They got on his
to
case.
both him
Get off my case,
and
man.
John Murray as to the progress and where these cases progress.
You just think I'm your
What
John.
was your impression of John Conley as an
Was he
investigator?
sexy?
Objection to the relevance. This man's testified he only worked with the investigations of the board from 97 to 98.
You worked as
Good
John.
answer.
Is there a ruling? Or?
No,
Go
there's
ahead
no
and answer
judge.
the
You
question.
can answer that. They've raised their objection for the
Oh, I
record.
thought there was a
And you
ruling.
answered, no, no.
I'm used to saying when there's an objection, I don't say anything until there's a ruling.
He knows what
In
he
fairness,
does
I've
sometimes, but not now.
supervised hundreds of investigators and detectives in my career. And
Hundreds
I
of
worked
men,
with hundreds
detectives,
of others as peers.
John.
John Conley was, in my estimation, remarkable in his inability to go from A to B
A
in
to
the
B.
investigative process.
What's between those two?
I did not particularly believe he was a very efficient investigator, but that's my personal opinion.
Was that based on working with them over a period of time?
Same objection as to the time frame.
It was based solely on evaluating his work product and interviewing him relative to that work product.
You went to A to X to B to
When
C.
you say it was, what about his work product caused you to come to the conclusions that you've just stated?
Same objection.
Hey,
Um,
but you
In
still
the
answer
investigative process,
This is a
good investigators make intuitive and factual leaps from different points. John Conley could not do that. I could not understand why he could not, but he seemed he had cognitive limitations in that area. Additionally, the structure of his reports were disjointed and did not relate to the facts that seemed to be apparent to other investigators.
good job.
Do you have any specific instances you can remember?
These are general, non-specific impressions that I gained from looking at his reports. This was, as counsel indicates,
Show me your report,
7 years ago.
Mr. Connolly.
With regard to, did you ever make any recommendation with regard to John Conley to your superior, John Murray?
Yes,
And what was that
I
recommendation?
made various recommendations to send John Conley to schools that would train him in
Train?
investigative protocol.
How do you?
And later on, during my tenure there, I made recommendations for remedial action. But since I was a consultant, I could not in any way put that issue outside of the recommendation.
Would you rely on his recommendation report to make a determination on whether to proceed with disciplining another employee?
Objection, same objection to the time frame, relevance.
At that time, I was highly suspect of any of his findings.
Hey! Suspect
He
him.
may have changed since then, but at that time, it was highly suspect.
John.
Did you retain
Conley.
any records from the work you did for the board or any correspondence
B.
with regard to John
sir.
Conley?
How do you get
When I left as a consultant, all those records remained in contract compliance.
And with regard, so your records are with the board at contract compliance,
I don't know what happened to those records after I left.
but you did have written records of
I wrote
various
stuff.
things.
There was records of organizational structure, case summaries. What happened to those records when I left the employment of CPS as a consultant, I don't know. The unit was subsequently disbanded after I left. So whether those records are in storage or were disposed of, I have no knowledge.
Okay. And of the other people you worked for at the board, as far as the investigators, did you make recommendations to your superiors about any discipline or remedial action with regard to any other investigator?
Not to my knowledge.
If you had a continuum with 10 being the highest and 1 the lowest, where would you rate John Conley on the scale? As an
A Likert
Same-
scale of 1 to 10?
Same objection.
Yes,
2.
Laggard scale of 1 to 10.
I have to rate him a solid 1 or 2.
2! Or 1 even.
That'd be at the low end of the
It'd
scale.
be at the low end, yes.
If
Go, John.
John Conley presented himself for employment
us
at the
the
University of Illinois, would you recommend his employment?
He's number 1 or 2.
I have no further questions.
He's like a
I
poop.
just have a couple.
He's like the poop of investigators.
Did you ever undertake
Other
any real
bits.
estate ventures with Mr. Murray?
During that time frame?
Objection for relevance,
Okay.
but,
Oh, yeah, during that
Go
time
ahead.
frame, no.
At any time?
Yes. I'd like to, John Murray and I go back 30 years, if that's what your point is, yes.
And Did you ever ask for John Connolly to provide you with any information regarding contacts of a confidential source?
Not to my knowledge. What contacts of just to clarify, what contacts of a confidential source would he have?
Well, I'm just asking you. I can't answer your questions. I just
Okay,
have
all
to
right,
ask
then,
you the
yeah,
question.
based on that.
We
If you
need
don't
information.
understand the question,
Right.
you should tell the person to understand. If you do.
I don't understand the context of it.
Okay.
What do you mean? What
Well,
is-
in
what
any
is context?
situation, did you ever ask
No,
Mr.
no,
Connolly
not to my knowledge.
the name of any confidential source? I have nothing further.
I may have a couple, give me a second. You did not work for the board in any capacity after you left the
He
board in
didn't?
1998, correct?
And then What?
And you were not involved in overseeing any of Mr.
John
Connolly's investigations after 1998, correct?
No, I was not.
we,
And even
John
in
and I split up
1997 and
in
1998, what was your role as it related to Mr.
I was on
Connolly?
the top.
Mr. Conley was a field investigator.
He-
He was assigned
grads on
various
the field.
cases.
Were you the person who assigned the cases?
I would assign the cases.
I would
and
mow the
monitor
grass.
progress.
But after 1998, you had no
my
involvement in
lawn
assigning
mower.
him any.
I have not seen him.
Closing my eyes
In
when
that
I
many
see the
years.
time of John.
You have no knowledge as to his work product after
Recently,
you left,
He was on the
correct?
bottom of
No,
my
no.
eyes.
The other thing is that before, this deposition is being videotaped, it's also an audio recording, and it's possible that one or the other side would ask to have your statements typed up and presented to the court. You have the option, if you choose, to say reserve signature, which means that before the document could be presented or used for any purpose, you have a chance to look at it and determine if you thought there were any errors in it, and to prepare a sheet that would show what the errors are. Or the other option is you could say, I trust the court before you write up accurately, and I will waive signature. It's
I don't have
purely
to
your
sign.
choice.
I'll waive signature.
I wave it. Wave
Clock
the
record
signature.
1:29 p.m.
Again,
Who's
I did
this?
release you as a witness, so I need to ask you to take the same oath again, please. I do solemnly affirm that I will give true and complete answers.
I will give true and complete answers
To all questions put to me in this proceeding.
to all questions put to me in this proceeding.
Thank you.
The whole time?
Mr. Plesky, may I question?
What's his name? Ruskowski? You guy. You guy up at the question.
I've marked a document Exhibit 49.
Dr. Nalthego, I'm handing you what's been marked Exhibit 49 for identification. Can you tell me what that is?
This is an itinerary from a trip to Las Vegas for a veterinary convention.
What dates were this trip?
Tell me about the
Departed
date on the trip.
February 1992, returned 13 February 1992.
It was a long time ago. When people took trips and fell in fall to the winter.
What
'Cause it was
the
icy.
time of departure on February 8th?
5:50 p.m.
That's the
Do you have
time of
any
day.
recollection of when
It's
you
5
got
o'clock.
to the airport on
52 seconds
February
somewhere.
8th?
I usually go at least an hour before.
52 minutes. Here it's 11:50.
Handing you what's been marked Exhibit 50 for identification. Sir, can you tell me what that is?
This is the boarding pass from the trip to Las
I'm
Vegas.
so bored and past that by now.
I object to the production of this document. It has no date on it.
We don't want any dates on our document. So we'll
8
object.
February, let me see if the witness can testify to it first.
Heard about the circled portion on that document. Is there a date?
Is there a date? Read it.
It says
Look.
08 Feb
7:08.
And then there's a time.
7:45 p.m.
7:45.
Would you kindly take a look at Exhibit 49 and tell me what time the flight from
I object
Minneapolis
to,
to
wait a
Las
minute,
Vegas
I
left?
object
Can you
to
fly?
this, that there's no date on this. 17th of February could have been in 84, 94, 99.
Could have been
Mr. Pelusi was a year on
2017.
that document.
Doctor, it's entirely true that those are possibilities. However, if this witness can testify to it for any reason, he may do so. And if he sufficiently identifies it, then it will be admissible.
Thank you.
It also does state flight 711, same as on this one, and
they were stapled together in the drawer of my files.
You're saying that Flight 711 appears on both Exhibit 50 and Exhibit 49?
correct.
Thank you.
And if I may clarify what I think was an obvious, the originals of these two documents were stapled together?
Yes.
We'll
That's correct.
try to picky on them. I object. To object. But not at this moment. Bamboo. Bamboo. Radcliffe.
Yes.
It's 12:18 now.
Doctor, I'm handing you, it's been marked Exhibit 51 for identification. Can
2017.
you tell me what that is?
It's August.
This is a certificate of attendance of the Western Veterinary Conference in 1992, February 9th through 13th.
17th.
Uh,
12:18
Written
a.m.
out to me.
That is
When
the
did you return to Madison?
time travel
13th of February.
What time?
on a phone with a
9:24
tape.
p.m.
Object.
Move the admission of Exhibits
And then
49, 50, and 51.
You admit it.
Okay, now, Doctor,
Admit
you
it.
may object.
I object.
Or anything else.
Yes, I do object to the presentation of the documents
We don't like his humming.
presented here.
and
Document number
harmonica.
49 is illegible to me. I'm not in a position to see whether any of the assertions are remotely true.
He's inserting
Except
his
number
assertion.
50 does not seem to appear to relate,
How is it
to
related?
provide true information that this flight indeed went to Las Vegas. It says rather
We'll
that
give
this is
him
a
a
Northwest
two.
airline flight to Minneapolis. Exhibit number 51 does not relate
Where is
to
he?
Dr.
Where is
Hoffman's
he?
departure on the 8th
How
of
do you get
February.
between the two?
It does not say that.
Actually, hold on, please.
Where are your documents? Show me your documents.
Exhibit 49 is legible to me,
I can see it. Can you see it?
and based on not only the
He speaks rather weird.
legible evidence on 49 and 50, but on Dr. Nothenhagel's testimony,
Give him a 1.
strongly implies that these two documents
Funny
went
speaking.
together. Month and date being
Is this
assigned
the other
the
guy?
same,
I don't know.
flight number
The
being
other
the
guy I
same,
rated him.
and the fact that they were stapled together.
Stapling. They had
accept
staples
that
back
as
in the day.
strong, if not conclusive evidence that they are from the same flight, and they certainly are evidence of his having taken a flight on that date. I would
He
the
flew with
certificate
tickets and receipts and staples.
attendance, February 9th through the 13th of 1992.
Back before
Again,
when they
that is
allowed
certainly admissible
metal
evidence, if
staples
not conclusive,
and
I was
lights.
there.
I would have a doubt, Your Honor,
Shampoo.
that these documents, even if they were proven to be true, would have any impact
Water.
on my statements
Things like
that I
that.
made earlier, and I would think it's irrelevant to prove that Dr. Nothnagel left in the afternoon of that date. He could have treated, and he did treat this dog before he left, and he did omit to properly record what he should have recorded. And based on that statement and that evidence, this evidence is totally immaterial that he left in the late afternoon.
Well, that is a reasonable argument to make. And we'll be getting at that.
I'm getting at it. I'm getting at it.
It is true, I could have excluded this whole line of testimony, but as I said before, I've let certain
Did he
things,
say
in this case, I've
74?
kept certain things out.
Let me write that
The one thing
down.
I've left in is whether
And
you
left.
completed certain
down.
records for Dr. Nothnagel when he did his trial. And we're going to spend about an hour doing that.
One
Evidence
freaking hour
admissible
doing
for
that.
the purpose of
What
showing
is
that
the
Dr.
purpose?
Nagel was almost certainly on a flight by 5:50 p.m. on February 8th.
Where was he
3
flying?
documents are admissible.
They flew back in the
objection.
90s?
Anything else?
What did the people use for wings then? Goats? Did they have goat wings by Steve
Okay, now we will see
Goldschmidt?
how limited
At 12:22.
policy is. I honestly don't know.
Are those mountain goats? Billy goat?
Cross-examination.
Rams?
We'll see.
Man cave,
Fact witness
Kennedy,
Go ahead.
77.
Dr. Knopfling, is it your testimony here
Zion
today
National
that,
Park,
uh,
U.S. federal
you left
land.
on February the 8th,
Featured photo.
1999 on the plane to Las Vegas from Madison?
Objection testimony
Here?
is 1992.
1992.
There's two,
1992.
Tony Steinman, I remember him back in
Better if the witness does it.
I
January
rephrase it, I want to
5th.
straight record. So is it your testimony here today
Ellen
that you
Deckmeyer.
left Madison on February the
Exhibit
8th, 1992? Yes. Is it your testimony and recollection that on February 8th, 1992,
Randy
you
Swanky,
did not work for Madison
2404,
Veterinary Clinic?
and
I
Steve
worked for Madison
Yonker,
Veterinary Clinic, I believe I treated
61504, that's
dog in the morning.
June 15th.
When you say you believe you treated the dog in the morning, was
They were
this the
dogs.
dog Kelly
He
owned
treated
by
him like
Richard
a
Lynch
dog.
on the 8th of February,
Did
1992?
Did he
I would
lynch him?
have to look at the record.
I'll have to take a look, I don't remember that exactly.
Could we please,
Which one is that?
hand the exhibit?
Thank you.
Dr. Knocknagel, you are being handed a treatment record of a dog, Kelly, which is the dog owned by Richard Lynch.
Kelly, dog.
And upon
Kelly.
review of the records around the time, February 1992, does it refresh your memory as to whether you did treat this dog?
Is it a fresh dog?
Yes.
Did you treat it with anything?
On the
Sad.
February the 8th, wrote that we
Butter.
started lactated rare
Meister.
solution with hand
Was he
set.
the Buttermeister
White blood cell count
dog?
was 35,310.
Somebody
At that point,
behind me, some girl with
So
covers.
it is correct to say that you identified your handwriting to be an entry on the 8th of February 1992.
Not an undercover.
In regards to the treatment of dog Kelly owned by Richard.
Oh, the treatment of dog
Thank you, sir.
Kelly.
Now,
Dog
did you make
Kelly.
any other entries that day?
My name Dog.
Not that.
I'm a killer.
Did you
I ain't
make
wearing
an
no
entry
clothes.
or
I'm a
recording when
dog.
you stopped the infusion, or why the reason,
Stop
or
infusion.
why you have a
The
reason?
color of
that
the
made
screen is
infusion was
butter.
not completed?
Yellow. The man has a tie. It's red.
Okay, I rephrase it. Dr.
You read
Knocknagel,
my
the
tie?
record says
What
you
does it
started
say?
the rinolactase
Is it
infusion, is that
stapled
correct?
together to
Correct.
the shirt
Does it say when it
with the
ended?
button?
No, it does not.
Do you believe it would be
Answer the
appropriate
question.
in your record keeping to record
Now it's about
such
your records.
circumstances?
Since I
What do you
was
have in your
leaving
record
that
collection?
day, I would
Do you have any
told
Kansas albums?
someone at the clinic who was
From
staying at the
Wichita.
clinic
He's a Wichita,
that the
Kansas
animal was on
lineman.
intravenous fluids and that they should be discontinued at
Follow our line of questioning
or after a certain
From
volume
Kansas.
had been given.
all
Do
the
you recall the
way to
exact
North
day when
Dakota.
you left that day from Madison Veterinary Clinic?
No, I can't say that I
Are you
recall
getting mad,
exactly what
son?
time it was.
Do you recall how much fluid was in the dog when you allegedly gave us instructions
Karate
to
chop.
somebody to finish
Kung
the
fu.
infusion?
Got you.
Relevance beyond the scope of the rebuttal.
Where is his rebuttal?
February 8th, 9th, 10th.
He has glasses on from the
I know, and I know
90s.
you would like to keep it just to his itinerary. We're not going beyond this dog with this witness, but I'm
Come
not
on,
going
dog.
to
We're just gonna.
cross-examination.
What did you
about
do with
witness
this
about
dog?
His record keeping,
Huh?
and this goes to
Tell us
who kept
about
what records at what
You
time,
and
to
you and the dog.
what time he left.
Do you have any photographs
I am
you know what I
taking
mean?
this objection
of the dog?
on relevance though as to, was it volume? Oh,
You and the
Now,
dog.
the recording
No, I
as
together.
to how much
No.
he would have given when he realized he had to give somebody else instruction to finish
Instruction.
the infusion. That goes to record keeping.
just trying to see if that is here in the record.
I think it's time for the banjo with this of this witness.
Doctor, I can't read your handwriting. Are you saying that in your handwriting later on this date, you recorded that?
I don't have the record in front of me, but it's my recollection that I made entries as to what fluid had been given at some point.
Certainly, if the answer to that question is not in your handwriting there, then I'm going to sustain the objection. If you made that entry, I'll let the witness at least answer the question.
He made it the entry.
There's an entry about the catheter, that's why I wanted to know.
Right, then the answer to this question could not possibly result in the type of evidence we're trying to get. So the objection is sustained to this one. You may ask a question which leads to something.
Dr. Nothnagel,
Are you a doctor?
what
We
was
call
the
you doctor.
diagnosis when you left that day? What this animal was suffering from?
Objection, relevance material.
It's part of the records, will have to be stated.
From her butt.
I think we're going to argue over this every
It's
minute.
a
for the next
doctor
25.
term.
Is
Clinical.
the diagnosis here in your handwriting, Dr. Llewellyn?
Clinical exam.
I should get a copy of this so I can talk about it more.
We can do anything.
Memory stiff years ago.
Why don't you keep this a while?
No.
I understand then that we're going to be having Dr. Nothnagel examined on what Dr.
Is he
Lupo did
that
after Dr. Nothnagel left.
No? We're examining only on the issue of whether there was something that was passed on from Dr. Nothnagel to Dr. Lubo and Dr. Lubo
Him and
never-
around.
If he gave him a diagnosis and Dr. Lubo recorded it,
He's
and
rubbing
Dr.
his
Lubo
head.
said, that's the diagnosis that Dr. Nothnagel gave me, then that's the end.
Nervous. He's rubbing his
Dr.
shoulder.
Nothnagel, did you,
Did you write a diagnosis there?
I'm looking at this.
Look to the little.
Yes, I did.
Okay, and this was at Dr. Nothnagle's instruction, correct? Or is this your diagnosis?
This is what should have been evident to Dr. Nothnagel had he been truthfully
Like what?
documenting what he claimed to me in a discussion we found.
Okay, so Dr. Nothnagel told you
No,
this.
excuse-
I know he didn't. I'm arguing with the witness at the moment,
Okay.
Arguing with the witness.
not the witness.
Getting
Respondent. Doctor, I'm not going to let you show what you think Dr. Nothnagel should have done. The only thing I'm going to let you question this witness about is if you completed his notes. Not what you think he should have done, but what he did, or what he told you to do,
did
or his
he
diagnosis.
do?
That's the
Did
only
he
thing.
complete the notes?
If he
Did you complete
did
the
something and you recorded it, I'll let
Something
you
happened.
let you question
Did you,
on
did you
it.
complete
He
his
told
notes?
you something and you recorded it. I'll
he
let you
tell you?
get that out.
What happened?
Not what you think he should have done, or what you did.
Listen,
It's true that
did
he
you?
told me something that I wrote down here, and that should have been written down by Dr. Nothnagel if it had been really true.
If that's true, you may question
Feels
on
he
it. What
did
is it?
something
You
wrong.
ask
I asked the questions, we're working that.
Hands are
Dr. Nothnagel,
Nothnagel, Nothnagel,
What's your diagnosis, your working diagnosis?
What happened to this dog?
February 8th, 1992.
What did this doctor do?
I'm going to phrase it. Did you tell Dr. Lubo a diagnosis,
Tell us.
or did you have one to tell him?
Let's give his church hands
I
His
was
church.
leaving on vacation. I had a sick animal in the hospital. So what I would have done was discussed it with the veterinarian who was going to be there that would take over the care. So
So,
working diagnosis would have been discussed, yes. Judging by the fact that I had started the dog on intravenous antibiotics, my assumption would be that it had some sort of septicemia or generalized
Septicemia.
infection. And judging by the fact that the white cell count was elevated.
Thank you, Dr. Nothnagel. Would you then please show me where you made this entry in the medical records on 280?
We don't need to take the time to do it. I mean, it's clear that he did not. He's read, it's completely handwritten.
Dr. Nothnagel, after what you just said, it is fair to say that you did not make the entry that it was your opinion this is a septicemia in a dog. Is that correct?
I did not make that entry.
Who made the entry on this record? Just review.
I don't know that it was made.
Or the record?
It's really not necessary.
Okay.
You
All right.
have it in your handwriting. I'm assuming that you have the word septicemia there in your notes on that day.
Yes.
I accept
I
that.
do.
I'm not liking this question at all.
All right. Do you recall telling me that the catheter was clotted, and that's the reason why you did not finish the ringer lactates infusion that day?
I don't recall telling you that.
Is it possible that that was the case, and that's the reason
What
why
I
you did
wrote
not?
was that I came in and I started the fluids and checked the white blood cell count. And after that, as I said, since I was leaving on vacation, I turned over the case to the people who would be staying.
You said that you told me that this dog likely had a septicemia.
I said that since I was leaving on vacation, I most likely discussed the case with the people who would be remaining there to care for the animal.
Thank you very much.
And I-
Now, when we're talking about septicemia and we have a very sick dog, then assuming
You went
that
on
you had the
vacation
first
when the dog had
obligation to maintain
septicemia?
these records, you would have maintained signs that you observed to support that theory, would you not?
Yes,
You would consider those records important to support that finding.
Where are the important
Especially on the diagnosis
records?
of septicemia, would you not?
yes.
Thank you, sir.
Do you hear me? No.
Is it possible, in your expert opinion, that a severely ill dog with septicemia has pitting edema all over the body and the legs and the lower part of the abdomen?
This is
You left the dog alone while on vacation.
Okay, I'm asking you then, do you recall that this dog had edema all over its body and the legs and the lower part of the abdomen?
I'm not even going to let you answer that. Did you tell Dr. Lubo? The question
Dr.
is not the
Lubo,
condition of the dog.
the dog.
Okay, I might be
sorry,
very
I'm-
explicit about this.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
alerting the witness to what's going on here. That's too bad, but you
I'm
can't stay
sorry.
within the bounds. Just what he
Raised his-
did or what he told you,
Raised his tie.
you later recorded.
But I didn't like
Okay,
All we're talking about is you're writing his records for him.
the
Dr.
guy saying,
Nothnagel, did you tell me that this dog had pitting edema?
I don't recall.
Is it possible that you told me?
I don't think I can answer that. If it's possible that I told you. I don't recall
If
having
this
that
animal,
discussion.
Mr. Schweitzer, would it be possible on this cross-examination on the dog's condition for apparently
like this
several
lawyer
days
stuff.
prior to February 8th, that the witness be allowed to have a copy of the record, which is now in Dr. Lubo's hands?
a little nervous, taking a drink of Coca-Cola.
I'm thinking that would make it more drawn out and possibly difficult, but
Probably
I'm gonna draw this out.
but as long as-
Let me
as long
give you
as
a
we're going to be
diagram of
Getting into
what's going
what
on.
Dr. Nothnagel saw in that dog before he left on February 8th, and what's in the records that what he told Dr. Lubo, that he really
Dr.
is incumbent
Lubo.
on Dr. Lubo, at least give him the
You
opportunity.
know.
I'm somewhat surprised by the request, but it's quite appropriate.
Dr. Lubo, you know, from Utah with the bones.
Perhaps my request is surprising to you, because, you don't have the record. One of the things that gets me concerned about the length of this is, if we were going to go into the dog's condition on dates prior to February 8th, 1992, or if Dr. Lubo was going to be allowed to examine.
You gotta set this thing down from Utah. Kill it, smell it, sepsis dog. Kill it, dog.
and testimony on
dog.
the entire
The
course of
dog.
treatment.
The dog
If
doctor
we're just going
went
to
on vacation,
honor
them
what
up
did
the
Dr. Lupo
station. Didn't write the notes, but he got something to do.
on February 8th, then that's something
February
else entirely. But the way I look at the records, we are now going into what Dr. Nothnagel observed.
Nothnagel.
On the 1st, 4th, 6th, and 7th.
Nothnagel back.
That was what was in the records on 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, 13th. So the scope of the cross-examination is going to shrink or increase depending on what your rulings are on enrollments.
Your Honor, there's an easier test, if I may say that. The witness testified that it was his assumption that this dog likely could have had a septicemia. Under those conditions, as a thorough veterinarian maintaining proper records, he would have had to report certain things that he believed in the
Back
course
with
of
the
the proper
dog and the
treatment should be
sepsis
observed.
ways. It
That
was
assumption
back
stands.
in
And
the
just plain yes or
Nothnagel
no,
days.
which of those directions would
I
you
was
use in?
questioned.
Are they in this chart?
Drinking a Coke and wanting to smoke. Even though I am a doctor, sepsis dog, Nothnagel way, don't write no notes today.
We're not. Now, I don't know where you get the idea that we're going to the condition of the dog on dates prior to February 8th. I don't remember any questions about that, and I certainly haven't ruled that it's admissible.
What happened to it?
It's not my intention.
Is the dog
It's admissible.
been
I
beaten
simply allowed Dr.
to death?
ask, did you tell me when you
Give
were leaving
the-
that you observed edema or something else?
Edema.
That's
Something else.
It's not a date other than, we're not going before February 8th, we're not going after February 8th. I told you that there is a scope I'm letting questions in on, and it's what Dr. Nothnagel did and what Dr. Nothnagel told Dr. Lubo as he left. Nothing else.
Nothing.
Give me a copy of.
Not one word. Nothing. Nothing.
You've made your argument on
Else.
septicemia. I
There
don't think you need
is an argument.
to. I'll let you ask the
made.
question. Go ahead.
Okay, Dr. Nothnagel in
Okay.
careful care for dog with septicemia.
There are names in
Yeah,
this
that's-
case.
No.
They.
You are not
A
saying
doctor.
what should you have done.
Enough.
You're saying what did you tell me?
Oh,
Okay, Dr. Nothnagel, we have an independent record.
why are you drinking that Coke?
Specifically to the care of this animal that you
Aren't
suspected
you
may
having
have
a-
I'm gonna stop you on that one. I don't care what his care was. I honestly don't care what his care of this animal was.
No, what his
It was
recollection
what he
was.
told
Right,
you.
that's what I was trying to ask.
I'm not gonna let you
He's on the
go
edge of
beyond
his
it. You
seat.
are incapable of understanding this legal concept.
It's
It's
loyal.
frustrating me.
I was trying
back
to
and
ask that
forth, and
specific question.
he
What
doesn't
would
like
he
it
ask
at all.
to,
He feels like he's being
follow
sawed,
on his behalf in continuing this animal's care?
pulled,
Nothnagel, did you get that question?
and torn.
I didn't understand.
What specifically, Dr. Nothnagel, do you recall were your instructions in continuing this animal's care under your working diagnosis?
I do not recall the specifics. As I said, I was leaving, I came in, started the intravenous fluids, checked the white blood cell count, and I would have discussed the case with you as to what should be done and left it in your hands at that point because I was leaving.
Is it fair to say that if your recollection is that limited to just giving rinolactates and noting down a white blood count, that would not have been the only instructions that you would have given to me or the only notes pertaining
Since
to
I
this
was
type of-
leaving.
The only instruction you gave to me!
And I have no specific
Tell
recollection
me.
as to what we
It
said.
looks like
but
a
I
head-on
discussed
battle
it with the
between
people
two
who were
doctors.
staying and left them
I'm
in
asking
their
you,
hands since I was
what did you say?
And you would have recorded that you do not
Answer
have.
my question.
No, I recorded what I did that morning, and I left after discussing the case with the people who were going to stay.
When you said you recorded what you did, it doesn't show that you discussed
Where is
further
it?
treatment of
Where
anybody.
is the
Is
discussion?
that correct?
That's correct.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, I asked and answered.
Your Honor, I don't think the state is in a position to make an argument against my presentation because the witness doesn't appear
Is
to know.
this an objection? This is argument. This is closing argument.
Okay.
I'm sorry. If
I would then file an objection against the presentation of Dr. Nothnagel as a
Sounds like
probative
an Indian to me asking
witness
it.
in
White
the
man.
argument that Dr. Nothnagel
By his
could
record.
not have maintained
Who's
proper
gonna win,
records and that I could not have
The white guy
completed what
or
he told me. He has
man
no
with the
recollections. and-
Indian accent?
The objection is overruled.
Working on
Evidence on both
dogs.
sides of this issue. Evidence
Sepsis.
has to be weighed.
Limited records. Went on vacation. White
Dr.
man
Nothnagel,
on
did you tell me before the
vacation.
time that
White man on vacation.
your working diagnosis could have been based on a certain incident supporting that diagnosis?
Objection will be on scope of prior rule.
Well, it's did you tell me, but given the witness's prior answer that he does not recollect the nature of the conversation, these are simply hypothetical questions getting information in.
It's all strictly hypothetical.
Says he did not remember the nature of the conversation with the fellow on deck. Anything else in the argument described.
You look a little nervous there, Mr. in the service. He's a little nervous in the service, Mr.
Thank you.
Dr. Nothnagel, thank you for coming. Thank you.
Knopfnickel. Back. He's out. Knopfnickel out. And
I
back.
think we can continue. Just take a minute to see the witness out. But Mr. Lynch, you may return.
You may return, Mr. Witness Man. Whisper.
We can discuss the testimony if you have a seat and I have some questions.
You can tell us
The
your
judge has to decide what we can ask and present. Thank you.
Well,
Another
Mr.
man.
Lynch, welcome back.
With suspenders, red
You're
suspenders.
still under oath?
Not a lot of hair.
Yes, sir. Doctor, did you, I mean, you're done with your rebuttal, right?
Yes, I am.
Might have been his dog.
Mr. Lynch, you just witnessed the testimony of Dr. Nothnagel in terms of the care for your dog Kelly that he initially provided in the diagnosis. Do you think that the witness testified correctly?
I do not. He didn't know what was wrong with my dog.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your objection?
He didn't know!
Yes,
He did not know!
testify correctly.
Being a very broad
Tell
question.
you! Mr.
I
Vacation
could
Man
have answered
did
that
not
question.
know!
I think the witness
On
understood it as I
vacation.
think.
Mr. Knopfnickel, the doctor. My dog went on vacation.
Mr. Lynch, do you think that Dr. Nothnagel spoke the truth
Are you going
when
to
you just listened when he
him?
testified?
Now stop. That is the same broad question. That includes everything from his name through everything. You need to be more specific.
You didn't know about my dog.
Mr. Lynch, do you believe that Dr. Nothnagel
Mr. Lynch, do you want to lynch
was
this
truthful
man
in
as
his
doctor?
representation that he told me what the diagnosis was in your dog Kelly when I had to take over the case?
Objection calls for speculation.
He's speculating.
Witness was-
I object.
Technically, you're right.
I guess.
We could do it the longer way.
We can do it the long way or the short way.
For this.
But where is Kelly, the
Another
dog?
question.
Where is
One
Kelly?
question. Did Dr. Nothnagel tell you that he had a diagnosis? What was wrong with Kelly?
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
No, absolutely not.
Did he speak the truth when
He
he
did
told
not speak the truth.
Okay. That's okay.
Asking one
Where
witness
is the truth?
credibility,
We
truthfulness.
need to lynch somebody with Mr. Lynch.
That's a different question.
Can you tell us the recollection that you have of that Saturday, February the 8th, 1992? What happened
1992 was the
with your dog
time.
in regards to the treatment, if you can recall?
There was
Objection, relevance, probative value, materiality.
Well, certainly it's relevant.
I'm going to let him testify specifically as to what Dr. Nothnagel did and what, to some limited extent, maybe perhaps.
Where is Kelly? My dog!
When I brought my dog in,
It was sick.
he couldn't even, the female dog couldn't even maintain her balance. She's so sick.
It was
And
drunk.
this was over a couple of days, maybe 3 days, that he worked on this dog. And I would keep calling him, and he didn't know what was wrong with the dog.
Dr. Nothnagel.
That's right, Dr. Nothnagel
Dr.
didn't know what was wrong with the
Didn't
animal.
know
I kept
what-
asking him over the phone.
Kelly,
What can you
what's
do,
wrong?
Doc? What can you
What?
do?
What
He
can
didn't
you
know
do?
what to do.
He had no
Not till this
clue
doctor came
what
into
to
the
do. Dr. Knopfnickel.
And then then he started asking me specific questions about my dog. Where's the dog been?
Where has
Up
he
on my
been?
farm.
Where's
What
the
happened
dog?
up on the farm?
Did he eat any
Well, the dog
bugs?
killed a possum. Septicemia. That's exactly what this doctor said.
Okay.
And he took appropriate treatment and saved my dog's life.
Saved the life of Kelly. Kelly, I think Kelly might be alive. The other doctor had no clue. Mr. Knocknickel!
Do you have recollection whether you visited the animal on a day-by-day basis?
Yes.
I have suspenders on. Somebody's gonna get hung.
Do you recollect, or do you have a recollection whether you saw Dr. Knocknagel on
My
that
name is
Saturday
Mr. Lynch.
night he had
I
met in
want
Las Vegas?
somebody
I saw
strung
him that
up,
day.
and his name is
Do you recall
Mr.
approximately
Ian
the time you saw Dr.
Knocknickel.
Knocknagel that night?
Drinks a Coke and feels guilty.
O'clock in the morning.
And do you recall how long the working day would be on a Saturday at Madison Veterinary Clinic?
Objection, relevant material, a probative value calls for speculation.
Let the
I don't
dog
think
die
the
if
witness
it's outside of the
He
working
testified at the time he
hours.
saw Dr. Knocknagel,
Doctors.
how long the day was. You have your notes.
There are 24 hours in a day.
So the objection sustained.
Dog can die at any moment during those 24 hours.
When you say your dog was very sick and couldn't walk, I take it was
can
visible
only
to
die
you as
after
a
5 o'clock.
non-veterinary expert that they were
There's no
very
care for
visible.
dogs
You may finish the question.
between the hours of
Don't answer
5
the
p.m.
That's the
and
question.
When
9
you
a.m. in the
described to us a
morning.
moment ago that your dog was visibly very sick, you meant,
Especially if you
did
have
mean
red
by that
suspenders on.
that you as a non-trained veterinarian could see that there were several things wrong
Non-trained,
with
you,
his
Dr.
you're
Anderson does not focus on
lower
Dr.
class
Knocknagel.
person with
Dr.
the
Knocknagel did
dog that
talk to
could.
you on the morning of.
We don't have to care for your dog.
Objection sustained.
Can't make us care for you. We have vacation time.
Do you remember anything about the catheter that might have been in your animal on February the 8th, 92?
Objection, again, goes to treatment of the animal, not to
What is the object of this
Anybody
objection?
told that goes to the recording of started ringer leg dates.
What is the object of your objection,
Certainly attempt to
mister?
sustain the objection. It's almost certainly irrelevant. I'm gonna let him answer. Do you
There
remember?
is a line.
Well, yes, she was laying down in a cage and she had some tubes hooked into her. What they were, I don't know.
Tubes.
Okay.
How
Do you
big were
remember
these
whether there
tubes?
were any problems with those tubes?
I don't recall that, doctor. All I can recall is the dog was deathly ill.
Death
Thank you.
tubes in the dog.
Do you have a recollection as
Clear
to how
tubes?
long you might have been at the
Colored
premises
tubes.
of veterinary,
They match
veterinary
his
clinic when you
suspenders. They
visited
have
on
red
that Saturday
color.
where Dr. Knocknagel left?
Usually I would spend an hour and a half with the dog,
Are you from Wisconsin?
and she didn't respond at all.
Tell me about your cheese habits.
Thank you very much.
Do you like bologna
Yes, I
with
have
your
no
cheese?
further questions.
Doctors with your
Thank you,
please?
Mr. Gillespie, do you have cross?
Can I make a
Save my
statement,
dog.
Judge?
Please.
You really can't right now. I might
No,
have
you
to do it
can't.
Once we stop the.
No cheese from you,
I would
Mr.
like
Just wait a minute.
Oh,
Kelly
I won't
Dog.
make a statement, but I would like to,
I'm gonna let you, but wait a minute.
okay?
Hold on. We're gonna let you make the
I don't
statement.
have any redirect or cross,
Cross.
whether this is cross, I guess.
Cross
Thank you.
your
I'm going to formally
suspenders
excuse the witness
in the back.
and
Keep it
I have-
parallel in the
reason
front.
for that is,
Obvious.
I think I've
Thank
told you before, I don't like witnesses feeling they've been brought here and stifled or only allowed to answer one or two questions. But let's stop the record. We will put that thing on record.
It's off the record. Oh, no, we're looking at.
We're on the record?
Okay, we're gonna have closing arguments in this case. Both sides have completed their evidence. Dr. Crowe, however, wants to make a statement about the documents provided to him.
Thank you, sir. I would like to make a record and a motion on the record to discard any testimony of Selina Katz provided in regards to these proceedings. The reason for this motion is that today, on August the 31st, I was for the first time presented with two correspondence memoranda purported to be generated and filed by Selina Katz on or about January 15th, 1998, in regards to interviews with Marjorie Hunstead and John Hanstead. Such memoranda contain crucial information which would have been subject to ordinary discovery and fell under the obligation to supplement new information and material as it became available to the parties. Was therefore within the discovery request made previously by attorneys and should have been provided. The fact that it was not provided deprived me of crucial discovery possibilities to examine whether indeed Mrs. Hans had changed her mind in the matter of the treatment that I provided to her animal earlier in the year, or on or about November 1994. I hereby file this motion to disregard any and all testimony that Sidney Cobbs may have been provided.
Thank you. I will deny the motion at this point. The record shows that I am concerned about issues of discovery and proper disclosure of information. However, to recap quickly, I did determine that both of these documents were in the list provided to you or your attorney, and I have not researched it, but I am
We'll need discovery card in this case.
decision at this point that somehow it was probably handled properly after that point. Either your attorney requested it or did not request it. And if it was requested, either it was turned over or it was withheld. And if it was withheld, then it would have been one of the documents that I reviewed the camera, and then either I turned over the appropriate parts or I withheld other parts. And that final decision was up to me. So I'm assuming the process worked from that point on, and even though you've testified you've never seen it before, I'm asking for that deny the motion.
I will have to accept your ruling, but still voice the concern that such an interview was conducted 3.5 years after the alleged incident and almost a year after the formal charges were brought against me. And the rated value of such a document can only be evaluated by either re-interviewing the person which was interviewed by Ms. Cobbs, which is Mr. Hansen or Mrs. Hansen. They are not available for us, or by having been granted proper discovery rights at the time when this information came up and was deemed material.
Thank you. Stands. Last
Thank you.
No, we're looking at another man.
I'm going to just run through the complaint count by count. First count is Smith Cat. And
Like a blender.
first item which leads to my
It's a little fun.
There is no
Yes.
reasonable basis to dispute
He's
the
a red
specification
man.
of the amended complaint that respondent failed to properly perform the ovarian hysterectomy, that he avulsed the left pedicle, and that he did not properly ligate it after that point. There was only one surgery done on this cat on June 29, 1884 before he died. That surgery was done at respondent's clinic.
Man, it's
By
emotional.
respondent's own records, which are an exhibit to this action, the cat was in serious trouble when it arrived at his clinic because of his dead kitten stuck in the birth canal. The respondent had a C-section. He followed that immediately with an ovarian hysterectomy. In all, the cat was in surgery for approximately 3 hours by Dr. Lugo's own records. Dr. Keppel testified that the surgery should not have taken more than half of that time, but that's not a specification of the complaint. There is no evidence that the cat was subjected to any surgery between the time that it left Madison Veterinary Clinic and the time that it was presented to Dr. Keppel at the emergency clinic.
We have a
Cat
cat.
left
What's
Dr. Lugo's clinic at approximately 8:45 and was presented at the emergency clinic for animals at approximately 11 o'clock. When the cat arrived at the emergency clinic for animals, its abdomen was full of blood. Dr. Keppel did his necropsy early the next morning after he was unable to save the cat, and he found that the abdomen was full of blood. And that the obvious reason that the abdomen was full of blood was that the left ovarian pedicle was missing. Testimony in this case is that the ovarian pedicle is the structure that holds the blood supply of the ovary. It is a blood vessel. Blood moves through it.
Blood moves through blood vessels nowadays.
When that vessel
Passed
is
in
cut,
back in
it bleeds
1992.
unless it is tied off sewn up, stopped bleeding. There is ample evidence in this case that the place where the pedicle was bleeding had not been tied off or sewn up. One end of the pedicle had been sewn up, but it was not the end of the pedicle that had been torn from the cat's body. That end of the pedicle was loose floating around, connected only to the cat, connected to the abdomen in the correct anatomical site by a loose piece of connective tissue which Dr. Schmidt found in his later necropsy at the State Lab for Animal Health.
Cat autopsies.
The only possible
Somebody's
rational
angry if they're doing an
conclusion
autopsy
is
on a cat.
that the cat bled out from the involved
There's angry people involved.
Dr. Keppel
Cats.
could not have caused the cat's
Get
death by
autopsies.
pulling the pedicle away during a hurried or unprofessional or not precise necropsy that he did after the cat died at 4:40 on June 30th, because the cat was dead already when the necropsy was performed. Whether or not Dr. Keppel did a necropsy, the fact of the matter is the cat bled out from someplace. Dr. Schmidt testified at some length that he examined the abdomen and he looked specifically for places where ligations were not made on transepted surfaces. He found one, and that is the site of the left ovarian pedicle. It boggles the mind to believe that the cat bled out from some site other than the site that Dr. Schmidt
Bleeding
found, other than the site that Dr. Keppel
Bleeding
found,
boggled
other than the
minds.
site where the
Adaptive veterinarian
that's where the
autopsy.
bleeding came from. And the only explanation of why it bled out is that Dr. Lubo, during his surgery in the evening of June 29th, tore the pedicle. Dr. Lubo didn't notice this. There was testimony from several of the experts that it is possible not to notice bleeding from that site because during surgery things are going to be a little different than they will be when the cat is up and moving around. And that the place where the tear occurred is hidden behind the intestines, under some organs around the site, and you have to look. It's not easy to find it, but it is the standard of care to check to see that there is no bleeding. Dr. Lubo's evidence, only evidence, that everything was fine, is testimony that he looked and he didn't see anything. Part of the problem is that he looked and he didn't find anything. Had he done an efficient, effective looking, he probably would have found it. Hence,
Surgery
the
involves
specification
not killing
claim that he
the
failed
cat.
to find it and like it. Secondly, he relies on Kim's record saying, well, we looked in the animal and we didn't see any bleeding either. The problem with this is that, as Dr. Lubo himself says in Exhibit 6, which I believe is his records of the John Smith cat, if it's not, please insert the
John
proper
Smith cat
exhibit,
has no name.
that he told Mrs. Smith when she arrived that
Or is he
his
actually John
staff
Smith?
was virtually untrained and unqualified to assist in the operation which she was demanding. What we have here is a person who was incompetent at the time she observed the surgery to make the observation that Dr. Lubo requests that you make and you rely upon today. The fact that the cat bled to death, and obviously bled to death from the site of the avulsed left pedicle, proves that Dr. Lubo didn't find it and sew it up. A competent veterinarian who finds an avulsed ovarian pedicle will sew up the avulsion so the cat doesn't bleed to death. That didn't happen in this case. Clearly, it is below the standard practice, according to the testimony of the experts, not to do that.
Why the hell am I here being tried for a cat that I didn't sew up?
By John Smith.
You saying veterinarians have to care for cats now?
That the cat received 600
Bloody cats.
at his clinic on June 29, 1994.
Cat doctors
Refer to
doctor
Exhibit
cats.
6, page 12, where he tells Mrs. Smith in his notes that the cat got 300 units of heparin on each of two
Cat gut.
administrations. Secondly, take a look at Exhibit 16, toxicology report commissioned by Dr. Lubo at page 2, at paragraph 2, where the toxicology expert commissioned by Dr. Lubo says 0.3 milliliters of 1 to 1,000 units of heparin. That works out to 600 units of heparin administered at respondent's clinic during the course of the operation of the cat. There really isn't any basis to dispute how much heparin the cat got.
Dead
The
cat.
testimony from
Are you gonna
both
beat this
Dr.
cat to
Schuett
death?
and Dr. Keppel is that the standard is to use diluted heparin for catheter flush, not full-strength therapeutic dose heparin, but diluted heparin. Dr. Schuett testified that the dose administered to the cat was at least 100 times more than should have been used for the catheter flush because of the way the dilution works out. No more than 10 units to a milliliter of heparin is the concentration used for catheter flush. What Dr. Lubo admits he used was 1,000. What we have here is 100 times difference and clearly beyond the practice allowed or accepted in the veterinary profession. Respondent wants to argue and makes a great deal of argument. Should I stop?
It would be a good idea. Why don't we stop the record just a second? Just one second.
Stop.
Hello?
There's a loud sound.
Dr.
Stop.
Lubo wants to argue that the cat did not get all of the heparin he administered because some of it stayed in the catheter and some of it went to the cat. There's a great deal of argument with Dr. Schuett by Dr. Lubo about 0.175 milliliters in the catheter.
Delete some of these pictures, you know.
Okay. Here you can. Do you want to talk or no?
Pardon?
But as you want to talk about the pictures as they go by here, or not?
I was gonna go to bed.
Okay. This might not be the right timing anymore. So where are you?
This is our arrival in Arusha. Driving through the city, we're on our way to the coffee lodge.
And how many people live in this city?
Well, I would think around 50,000, but I'm not even sure.
And you're in a
But
taxi right now?
we were picked up at the airport, and in one of the safari type. Well, I don't know. It was kind of like a van, just a van, just to get us to the coffee lodge, or for our first night, our basic arrival night, for dinner and someplace to sleep. This would be just a shopping area the girls wanted to stop at.
You guys buy anything here?
Well, we had to stop and buy me a new hat. 'Cause I left mine on the plane.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if it was here that we bought it or another big store. But this would just be all the city traffic and goings on of the city of Arusha.
So which hat
No.
was better, the one you left on the plane or the one you got there?
Now this is not recording anymore, is it?
It should be, yeah.
Pardon?
I think it should be. Yeah, it is. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So this is some of these houses were duplexes that the camp, the coffee lodge. So, but ours was a single. That's ours there. But like I said, it was just for an overnighter, just to have some place to go the first night.
They got a mosquito net. Is there a lot of mosquitoes in that area?
Well, there certainly is sometimes, but